Okay, perfect. Good. Good morning, folks. Thank y'all so much for being here. Day 4 of our Summer Bridge program series, which is our Level Up Life Skills for your freshman year. Again, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have been able to learn a lot on this week with our special guests that we were able to have and be able to just, provide these helpful, informative information for you, getting you kicked off and started for the new year, a new college journey here at TWU. Want to kick things off and start out with a icebreaker. So today, this is our agenda, and I am glad that I'm able to kind of just give y'all this brief little talk about life skills and how it can serve as, a a tool for you during your journey, first year here at TWU. And so this is kind of the topics that we'll be talking about today. We will talk about confidence and communication, healthy habits and self-care, finding your people in social life and community, and then also leveling up and kind of just reflecting on what to expect for this year and things like that. So, first, I kind of just want to let y'all know, just give you a an understanding of why life skills really matters in college. And a lot of times, it helps and it benefits your academic success. So anything pertaining to like managing your time, staying organized, being critical thinkers, and really just honing in on having better grades and performing well academically. Okay. And so it helps with your mental health, emotional resilience. A lot of times when we don't know, but being in college, it can be emotionally demanding, right? And so, it's a totally new place. You're in a totally new environment, away from home. And, having these skills of emotional regulation, empathy, having strategies to really just help manage anxiety because we get anxiety. We're humans, there's a lot that we can take in. Loneliness, the pressure, all of that plays a factor in our mental health, our emotional resilience. Okay. And so really we must understand and learn that life skills can really help lower those numbers and really promote like self-care, and really just helping you, form and, seek better behavior, and also just overall having resilience. Okay. Um, it also is just being, career ready as well. Being able to develop those skills like communication, effective communication, adaptability, problem solving, and a lot of those top traits that employers look for, right? And so these are some of the things I will kind of briefly talk about. What life skills is and how you can utilize it during your freshman year. Okay. Um, I can obviously, I would love to talk about everything when it pertains to having life skills, but we don't have a lot of time today. Okay. But we do have a very special program within the Pioneer Center for Student Excellence that provides life skills uh, programs for students that want to take advantage of becoming a better person, a better student here on campus, here at TW, and just not only, academically, but also personally and professionally. Okay. And so we host workshops, we do life skills coaching. So if that's something that you're looking into, you can always contact me. I am the life skills coach here at in the Pioneer Center for Student Excellence, and you can book an appointment. So we'll kind of talk a little bit about that later on in the presentation. All right. So first we're going to talk about and I want to make sure that I have my chat thing open, chat box open just in case y'all have questions or anything or want to make comments in the chat. You're welcome to do that. I will say before getting started, you know, talk to me, okay? Talk to me. I am the most like I would say like the most transparent person you can ever meet. Okay. And I like when people talk back to me. Okay. So talk to me if you want to make a comment, if you need to in the chat. I'm going to read them. If you have questions, leave them for the end so that I can get to all of them. That way, everybody else may have the same question. We can all respond to it. Okay. So confidence and communication. Let me ask you this. What does confidence look like in college to you? And you can use your chat. You can unmute yourselves. You can talk to us. But what does confidence look like in college to you? I know y'all are thinking. I know y'all are trying to come up with something good, but what do you think it might what it might look like to you? So Camilla said making friends easily, not being scared to ask questions. I like that. Yes. Absolutely, because college is a place to explore. You're gonna, explore new things. Being open minded, right? Making connections, not being scared to ask questions, taking risk. Others said knowing things other people don't. Okay, I like that. I think being able to trust yourself in whatever you do. Absolutely, absolutely. So taking the initiative because you don't know if you don't ever put yourself in it, right? Being able to advocate for yourself, I love that. That's a good one. But personally and academically, absolutely. I love that. Being able to advocate for yourself, being a voice for who you are and what you stand on, right? That's confidence, that's communication. What does confidence look like in college to you? These are really good. Anyone else want to share? So when we talk about confidence and communication, and a lot of you have mentioned it already, but we're talking about speaking up, we're talking about showing up. And when we talk about that, that's, practice, yourself when you're in classes, okay? And you're introducing yourself. You say your name, you say your major. Hi, my name is Destiny Tolbert. I am majoring in nursing, or I'm majoring in dental hygiene, or I'm majoring in teacher education or entrepreneurship. And then go on from there, or and say I'm from this play from East Texas. Kind of have that little elevator speech, but it's all about introducing yourself in classes. It's all about introducing yourself in like clubs, organizations, when you're in the dorms in your living facility. It's all about body language, right? That kind of reflects like confidence, having that eye contact. Nobody wants to communicate with somebody that's not having eye contact, right? And so it's really important to think about having that eye contact, having that posture, that tone. When we talk about build strong connections, that's another one. Confidence and communication has to do with a lot with building strong connections. And when we're talking about that, we're talking about active listening, listening to others, focusing on understanding, not just replying, right? Learning to, when not just replying. So don't y'all hate it whenever you're talking and somebody cuts you off? Do y'all hate that? They just keep talking and then they cut you off. Yeah, I don't like it either. And you know what? I used to be one of those people. I used to be one of those people that people be talking to me and I'll be just listening, but not listening to understand, and then I'll cut them off. I have learned that I don't need to do that. That's rude, by the way. Don't do that. So if you're one of those people like me, or used to be like me, because I don't do that no more. I've learned, thank God. I've learned not to do that. But just being active in your in listening, okay? Being an active listener, learning to ask questions, for understanding. If it's something that you don't understand, that somebody is like communicating to you, you want to get some understanding out of that. What do you mean by that? You know what I mean? And show genuine interest in others, being engaged in conversation, okay? Um, Another thing when it comes to confidence and communication, it's finding your voice. Some of you mentioned advocating for yourself, finding your voice. Don't be afraid to share your ideas, even if you're unsure. Okay. Use campus resources. Um, excuse me, to, kind of help with practicing. We have the Center for Student Leadership that has really great programs that you can look into that really help you grow and really just know how to really go about, sharing ideas, how to become a leader, being a leader on campus. They provide a lot of information on effective communication, and that these are things that you can be a part of. They also put on workshops, um, and so take advantage of the resources that you have on campus. Okay, you also have your peer mentors as well, and I think it's important too that you find a mentor, and that can be anybody. That can be a friend. That can be someone that is in the field that you're studying. Um, you know, um, and because you want to surround yourself with those folks, right? Those folks that have kind of already experienced what you're going into, right? So it could be a friend, it could be your parents, it could be a cousin, it could be your professor, it could be a staff member. um it can be someone you look up to. Okay, and that is what a mentor is: somebody that is going to guide you and help you grow. All right. Right. What is social awareness? What do you think social awareness means? Anybody? What do you think social awareness means? I like that. So Ellen, she said being able to read a room. Yeah. You ever go into like somewhere and you just like, oh, this is the vibe. Okay, okay, I get it. Somebody else said understanding social cues, people's feelings. Yes, yes, I like it. Love it. Yes, indeed. Being aware of people. Yeah, I love that. Being aware of your actions when interacting with others. That's a big one. I like that one. I love that. Good. Oh, let me go on here. There we go. Okay. So a lot of things that y'all have mentioned already, love it. And probably have thought about it but wasn't able to put it in the chat, still love it. Okay. Social awareness. So social awareness has a lot to do with empathy building. So some of the things that you kind of already mentioned, understand, sharing. So understanding and compassion for others. So understanding, sharing, and relating to feelings, thoughts, and experiences of others. It's about, seeing the world from someone else's like lens or perspective. Respond, and whenever someone else mentioned being aware of your actions when interacting with others. I like that you mentioned that because you're responding with care and compassion. And that's when you need to respond with care and compassion. It's about understanding compassion for others. Um, and a lot of times It has to do with active listening, perspective talking, storytelling, sharing experiences. And it's really important to know that there's that nonverbal communication there. Like somebody said, read the room. Um, and when we're talking about empathy building, we need to make sure we're promoting kindness and compassion. Being able to know the power of apology and forgiveness, being adult about things, let's not be immature about certain things and holding grudges and things like that. But strengthening those connections with others, right? Um, Cultural competence, understanding. I put the same thing. So sorry. So that's not what it's supposed to say. It's supposed to say understand, appreciate, and interact effectively with people. And these are people that could be different from you, from different cultures, from different backgrounds and beliefs. Okay. So when we're talking about cultural competence, it's those that are pretty much different from you. Okay. They have different cultures and backgrounds. Really just understanding that, we're here, um, you know, at college on this campus, and we are dealing with all types of people who come from different backgrounds. We must understand that, and be aware of, the cultural identity. Okay, focusing on, how how everyone is different, how their beliefs and values are different as well, and respecting that. Okay. um because everybody has a different ethnicity, different religions, family traditions, social, and understand that our that's what shapes us, a lot of us. Okay. It's really important to understand and recognize and reflect on, cultural backgrounds and understanding that. Okay. We're all different. All right. And a lot of times how we have been brought up, it's different from how we were brought up. Right. And it influences, a lot of like our interactions with others. Okay. Um, for example, like language and culture, or cultural expression, or communication and identity. We need to understand that there are differences. Okay. And there's language differences as well. Y'all kind of already know that. But understanding that, college is different from high school. Okay. It's very different. It's a lot more people. It's a lot more people with different backgrounds and cultural backgrounds. All right. So I want to have a group discussion. All right. What helps you recharge? Go ahead and put that in the chat. What helps you recharge? What is something that helps you recharge? Kind of switch it up, because we're going to go into healthy habits and self care. But what helps you recharge? Anyone? Okay, Kennedy said hanging with her friends. Okay, awesome. Sometimes being around other people, other bodies, it helps you recharge. A good nap. I like a good nap too. Doing hobbies by myself. I like that. Good, good. Going on walks. Walking is really awesome. Reading a book, reading a good book. Yes. Doing crafts. Okay, I like it. Listening to music, taking a break. Yeah, maybe sometimes we just need that 30-minute break or hour break. Lizette said listening to music, podcasts. Okay, I love it. Good, good. Anybody else? What helps you recharge? I love all of this. Listening to music, watching something alone. I love it. Good. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that y'all have mentioned that are very good examples of how to recharge. So when we're talking about healthy habits and self-care, we're talking about taking care of your body. So a lot of things that y'all mentioned already, like reading a book, doing crafts, listening to podcasts, music, taking a nap, having a good night's sleep, hanging with friends, just taking a break, right? That's taking care of your body. That is taking care of your body. That's you prioritizing that sleep, that nutrition, healthy meal, or just doing some movement, like walking, like some of you mentioned, keeping that consistent routine, even when things get busy. You always need a time, where you can, just take a break, even if it's like mentally, okay, or emotionally, and you just need to take a break. What is that, right? Um, it's also about protecting your mental space. So when we talk about mental space and protecting that, that's setting boundaries, right? With time, right? Setting boundaries. So if you know there's something that somebody wants you to do, but you got a list of things you got to do, you know what I mean? It just depends on what it is. You may have to tell them no. You can't go to that event because you got to study at this time. It's a conflict. But you gotta set those boundaries with time and energy, and with relationships. Practice mindfulness. And maybe that practicing mindfulness has to do with journaling. Maybe it has to do with quiet time to recharge. Like, I just need to take a nap, or I just need that quiet time right now. um a 5-minute quiet time to myself. Another perfect example of healthy habits and self-care is balance is key. And when you balance things, things are a whole lot better. So how are you going to balance things? And I would suggest using a planner, using the app, to manage like school, assignments, tasks, activities, especially when it comes to, social life, downtime, again, saying no when needed to rest, be productive. Because you don't want to wear yourself down, and then you can't be able to have the energy to get an assignment done or do well on an exam. Sometimes it requires to say no. Okay. So here is some self-management techniques. Managing stress. So techniques to really just manage stress, anxiety effectively. It's about mindfulness exercises. What are some mindful exercises? Like relaxation, deep breathing, control stress triggers. You know what I mean? Everybody, I don't see y'all right now. Like I can't see y'all because a lot of you don't have your camera on. But if you can see me, lift your shoulders. When you lift your shoulders up and count to 5 seconds, if you have like a lot of stress going on, it says that it can really help with, just relaxation. And this is more of like a relaxation technique. But go ahead for 5 minutes, lift your shoulders up like this. Count to 5. 5 seconds, actually. Let's do 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. And then you can slowly let your shoulders down. That really helps because you be having some tension. I know I be having tension up in here sometimes, and it can help when you raise your shoulders and count to 10 or 10 seconds. Okay? Another technique is managing time, organization. Okay? It's about how you spend your time. When we're talking about managing time, it's about how to spend your time. Skills like this include prioritizing tasks, the importance of urgency, avoiding procrastination, reducing those feelings of being overwhelmed. And I'm really glad that we are going to be talking about time management tomorrow, because you're going to learn so much on how to really like tune in on how to prioritize your time and prioritize like, your study skills and well, developing those study skills, that is, that's going to be a really great workshop to tune in on. So don't miss it. But when we're talking about time management and organization, you're going to learn ways on how to do that and prioritizing tasks, making choices, how to spend your time. Okay. And you will learn that being in college. You're gonna learn how to spend your time, right? You're gonna learn that you can't do everything. You can't make it to every event or every, because you're trying to succeed in your courses, and there's a certain grade that you're trying to meet in that course, right? It's also about, when we're talking about self management techniques, it's also about setting goals, right? So, and when we talk about setting goals, we're focusing on the importance of, reflecting on things that we are trying to meet, goals that we're trying to meet. So that's assessing like the progress. That's tracking the progress. That's learning how to track your development, identifying those setbacks, and what didn't work this time, what will work this time, how can you improve, and really just celebrating those achievements, right? So it's really reflecting on both successes and challenges, and building that self-awareness, right? um, in ways that you can reach your goals. All right. All right, so here's another question for you. Where do you find connection on campus? Anyone, where do you find connection on campus? Okay, student clubs, organizations. Good. Events. Absolutely. Student clubs. Awesome. Where else do you find connection on campus? These are good. Classes, dorms. I love it. Good, good. Awesome. This is great. Good, good, good. So a lot of times you can find connection in your student dorm, your classes, clubs, events. What about the dining hall? Chick-fil-A, Starbucks. Yeah. So finding your people and social life and community. So it's about getting involved early. Attend welcome events. Some of you mentioned that. Joining student clubs. Really just exploring campus groups. And you guys know where you can go to explore those student groups. Anyone already kind of have an idea of like student clubs or organizations that you're thinking about joining? Anyone? You can use your emojis. You can respond in the chat. Good, good. Well, I recommend you say yes to those invitations, even if it's outside your comfort zone. But these are really great ways to make connections. It's also about being authentic, authentically you. You don't need to fit in everywhere, right? So focus on where you feel seen. And this is just something I recommend. Look for shared values, not just shared entrances, okay? Things that matter to you. All right. So if it's like a community volunteer group that you really love helping people and caring for people, if that's something that you value, um, be a part of that. How can you help? How can you make a difference? Right? Um, Build your support system, which is really good, which is really something to keep in mind. And when we talk about build your support system, this means cultivating friendships that feel safe and supportive, right? Um, check in with your people, check in with people regularly. Connection really takes effort and time. It really does. Um, But, whenever someone reaches out to me and just like, "Hey, how you doing? I just wanted to check in. I haven't heard from you in a while. Just wanted to say hello. Hope things are going well." That means a lot. That means a lot. And I'm really bad at checking in on people. I'm gonna tell you, I've come a long way. I have. Like most times people are reaching out to me and like, "Hey, you okay over there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. What you checking in on me for?" But that's because people they like making that connection. So it's good that you do that when you check in on people regularly. That connection takes and that, like I said, that connection takes effort and time, but it makes people feel good too. Okay. Love it. Love y'all answers. Awesome. All right, so I want y'all to get a pen or a paper or a digital device or your computer or pull out those notes. I need you this is our level up plan, okay? So kind of tie everything together and let's kind of put this into personal action, all right? But what is one thing, one habit, one way you'll take care of yourself? And we're talking about this year, this semester, okay? This year as a freshman. What is one thing, one habit, one way you'll take care of yourself or myself, right? One thing I'll try, one habit I want to build, one way I'll take care of myself, all right? That you'll focus on this week or this year, and identify what is in your control and start small. And then what I want y'all to do is once you've done that, I want you to share it with all of us. All right? I am going to put on the music while y'all do that. And then I will give y'all what? Let's see. I'll give y'all about 5 minutes to do that. It shouldn't take you too long. Okay? Cool. You wanna give it a go? Yes, yes, yeah, yeah, yes, yes, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's out in the pool, I was deep breath in the one drink all that I know you want. All the black that she swears are free.
Upgrade your sleep at Ashley's Labor Day sale going on now. For a limited time, get a free adjustable.
Mama.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you come through the money in the garden beds. Let them know we got that cake straight out the gate. We up in the women, some mistake us for whores and state where I spend mine and have to spend yours. It's the great, but that's you, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep playing these cats out like it's all high heel shoes, getting love from the Jews for badass chicks from the Moulin Rouge. Sisters, no, sisters. That those sisters drink wine with diamonds in the glass by the case, the meaning of expensive taste. You wanna yeah. Come on, chocolate. What your lady mama? One more time. Come on. Mr. Millionaire. One baby, for a moment in time, and it's everlasting that you will always be mine.
Give y'all 2 more minutes.
Oh, I let you fly, 'cause I know in my heart, babe, our love will never die, no. You'll always be my baby. Hey. I ain't gonna cry, no, and I won't beg you to stay. You're determined to leave, boy. I will not stand in your way. But inevitably, you'll be back
Give
again.
y'all 1 more minute.
But you know in your heart, babe, our love will never end. No, no. When your days and your nights get a little bit colder, oh, you'll be right back. It's only a matter of time.
All right. Good, good. I love y'all's level up plans. And if you want to share or unmute yourself, you're welcome to do that as well. But I'm going to read some of yours, or if you want to put it in the chat, I would recommend doing either. I would love to hear some of your level up plans. So one thing I want to try, Jawanica mentioned, one thing I want to try. Did I say your name right? Jawan. Did I say your name right? I feel like I did not. Please help me.
You talking about me?
Yes.
Jaquela.
Jaquela, girl, I butchered your whole name. All right. Thank you so much for pronouncing that for me, Jaquela. She said, one thing I want to try is stepping out of my comfort zone, being more outspoken and open. One habit I want to try build is managing time, um, managing a daily routine and staying on track. One way I'll take care of myself is not overworking myself or pushing myself too hard. I love that. Yes, that is awesome. Natalie mentioned one thing I want to try is to have an accountability partner, classmate in each of my classes. I love that. Just so we both have someone to reach out to if we need clarification, questions over something. One habit I want to build is healthy sleep schedule. I love that. And one way I'll take care of myself is by giving myself alone time to recharge and reflect over the week. Yes, yes, you always need that. And then Valerie said, one thing I want to try is to become an even more social and join organizations, clubs. One habit I want to build is studying a study schedule that can keep me focused. One way I'll take care of myself is by having a rest day or reset day at the end of the week, by doing self-care while listening to music, watching movies, or doing coloring. I love that. That is really awesome. I love that. Study schedule is really key. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Anybody else want to share? Like unmute yourselves and share, or share it in the chat. Oh, we got another person. Awesome. Let's see. So Alize said, one thing I want to try is to be more outgoing. Cool. Number two, one habit I want to build is to start journaling so I can let out my thoughts. I love that. I do too. I like journaling. It's really awesome. And it's helpful too. Because I'm like, oh, I be thinking, right? One way I will take care of myself is building my relationship with God. I love that. I love that. That's really good. Constance said, one thing I want to try is having a different mindset on things. Okay, yes, absolutely. We need that, right? One habit I want to build is being consistent with consistent with things and not procrastinating. One way. I'll take care of myself by exercising, so be and feel healthy. Yes, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Anybody else want to share? These are good. Thank y'all so much for sharing. That is really awesome. Thank y'all. This is good. So these are things that you can focus on for the year, for the week, and just really having control of something really small, right? I did want to make sure that you add some things to building your toolkit. And these are really helpful campus resources that you want to take advantage of. When we're talking about some of the things, the topics that we talked about today, like confidence, communication, healthy habits, and community, these are skills that you can keep practicing. And these are campus resources where you can practice those skills. Okay. So we got our tutoring centers. We got the Mathematics Technology Success Center. We have the Science Learning Resource Center, the Right Site, especially if you don't, you're not really confident in writing papers. You got that, and great tutors that can help you start off a prompt, and really look at how you write your, help you on ways on how to improve on your writing. You have the Spanish learning support. So if you're taking any, you can take advantage of that. And then you have the academic testing services as well. Um, if you, a lot of you mentioned about ways to be connected on campus, and that's getting involved, right? Whether that is being a part of a student org or going to student org or events or student org club events, student life events, campus events, job fairs, involvement fairs, student success workshops are really awesome. So we put those on every year. And I think we mentioned on Monday those student success workshops. So I hope to see some of y'all at these student success workshops. We'll make sure that information gets to you as the workshop date comes up or gets closer to that date. We'll make sure that y'all get that information. Volunteering is also a way to get involved. There's also mentor programs that you can be a part of, and that you can get some mentoring, right? So Maroon Money Mentors, which help with financial literacy. So really just ways on how to manage your spending, learning what the importance of a credit card, learning the importance of your credit score. These are really helpful folks in that mentor center that can really help you with that. Okay. We have we have all these other great mentor programs that you can take advantage of as well. Okay. So build out your toolkit that you can and use it as a, directory for you to, and contact list for you to take advantage of. All right. All right. So I do want y'all to understand and know that, this journey here being at TW, being in college, it isn't about being perfect. It isn't about being perfect. It's about progress. Okay. So it's all about you showing up for yourself, asking for help and staying curious. All right. And so I do want y'all to take a moment to complete the feedback survey. Let me also put the link in the chat as well. Oh, there we go. Let me put it in the chat real quick. As soon as I can get this up. But go ahead and let us know. We love to hear feedback on how today's session went for you. And just briefly complete that survey. Let us know what you love. Let us know what you didn't like. Let us know what we can improve on, things like that. Did y'all have any questions? I want to leave time for questions. Anyone have any questions? Yes, no? And I want to also mention to you tomorrow, which will be our last workshop, which is time management. Time matters, unlocking your success with effective time management. So this would be a workshop where you'll be able to learn how to prioritize your tasks, manage your distractions, and really just, conquer some of those common time management challenges. Okay. So definitely hope to see you all there to that on tomorrow. Again, thank y'all so much for being here and pushing through with us for day 4. We will see you tomorrow if there's nothing else. I'm gonna stick around. I'm gonna have my music on, but if y'all don't have any questions, I'll wait till you all exit out. And thank you again for being here. See you tomorrow. All right. Bye. Bye, Melissa.